Welcome back, my good friends. Today is part 2 of a video that we did on Wednesday Deal Day. We brought you a video where we were talking about how best you can be able to flip properties with a little money. Today we're going to be talking specifically on financing your first house, right, with little money. So this here is how best you can finance it. But here's the thing: you don't need a humongous bank balance. No, you don't. Neither we found out on our previous video of one that you also do not need so much money. Little money you can get through into the deals. So today we're going to be exploring a little bit more on this one. I want to say that this is going to be a shocker for many people. And I've been doing this in real estate for a very long time, and I'm excited that today I can be able to teach you some of these things that we do. Particularly, this is all about flipping, right? So here we go. So let's first look at financing options and how best you can be able to do it with limited capital. So you don't have money, right? You all know that when I started real estate back in the days, I didn't have much money. I was in bad debt at the time, but I used some of these tactics that I'm going to be sharing with you today to say that you can be able to jump onto a deal. So the first one is that there's an option that is called seller finance in South Africa. A lot of people don't know this option of buying properties. But what is a seller finance? So seller finance this is one of the best ways to finance your flip if you're just starting out, right? That is I'm just giving you conditions here. If you got the money, just buy the property and move on, right? In seller financing, the seller agrees. The seller agrees. So there's a condition here. The seller needs to agree to something. So the seller agrees to finance the purchase of the property, meaning you won't need to get a bank loan, right? So you simply pay the seller directly over a period of time. Now, a lot of people have gone to their family lawyer and they've been told, no, they can't do that. The person needs to be registered as NCR for credit and so on. Whew. Oh, Lord. Some of these lawyers that are out there. Right. Anyways, my good friends, there is an agreement, a framework of buying properties which is called an installment sale. It's the same thing with seller finance. The framework exists and it basically gives you guidelines on how you can be able to buy a property. Meaning that you are able to buy a property. If I'm the seller and you are the buyer, basically what is going to happen is I say my property is worth R1 million. And I say you pay me 100,000 every month, right? That's a seller finance right there. The money traditionally doesn't come to me. It goes to the attorney. The attorney in the contract can decide either to hold it or it can be decided to come to me. There is risk associated with this. I always say in life, there is risk everywhere. Those that take the risk reward themselves. That's it, right? So does that make sense? Seller finance, does it make sense to everybody? Seller finance, what is it? I've done a couple of deals with seller finance, installment sale. Works like a charm, right? So that's one way you can do it. So with the very little money that you already have, what you can then do is instead of just paying all of the money to the seller, you can now use that money to do the renovations, that kind of thing. And then thereafter, you immediately start selling. You bought it for R1 million from me. You renovate, you only had 200,000 and bingo. You put it on the market for 1.8 million. You get the next buyer. You pay me out my 1 million. You cash in on the 600,000. Does it make sense? You have just banked 400,000. Does it make sense? Let me know in the comments about your thoughts about seller finance. Whether you have done it before, whether you have never seen it, whether it's your first time hearing it. Let me know what's your thoughts of the seller finance. The second one is that you can do what is called partnership. So let's talk about what is partnerships. Partnership is when you, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, and your wife, right? You all come together, you put in 100,000 each, and all of a sudden now you've got 600,000, right? And you've all gone into a partnership. Within this partnership, you then decide who is going to be able to go and do the buying the properties, how you guys are going to buy it. Are you buying it in a company? Are you buying it in a trust? Are you buying it in a partnership? How, whichever way. I have seen so many Stokvels coming through over the years, which is basically also another form of partnerships. I have also seen a group of friends coming together. I've also seen there is so many options in partnerships. Here at the TJ Tribe, particularly with my flipping projects, we also partner up with people in terms of those that have little money to go in to do these deals if they're wanting to do. In some of the deals that we might have that might need some more little money, or not per se deals that we do have, but you might want to be facilitating an extra 200 from someone, an extra 100 from someone, and you guys have already in your partnership, and you're looking for the third person. Then we can just put you together with someone, and then you guys agree. It's what you guys want to do, right? With all of that, maybe it's a deal that has come through from us. We give you the deal, and if you want us to manage the process, we'll manage the process for you in terms of buying it, in terms of selling it, in terms of the legal process of it. And then all of you guys need to do is to chow the money when it comes. Hopefully not. I am hoping that as and when you are making profits within these deals, you can be able to grow your capital, and you don't have to be in partnerships anymore, and you can do these cool deals by yourself, right? But there's power in these partnerships that I'm telling you about. Anyways, what is very important whenever you're doing these flips, which is something that I want to speak about, many are banks, right? Today we are talking about financing. So we spoke about seller finance. Now we spoke about partnerships. And by the way, if you're one of those people who are wanting to partner, how best do you do that? Right here on the website that you're seeing, www.tjtribe.com/myflip. You can reach out to us on there. It is a form that you can fill in, and I'm going to show you how you can fill in the form right now. So there you are, you've been able to fill the form. Now, by you filling the form, you've just given us your details, and within these details, we can be able to reach out to you to verify that there is Jabulani on the other side of the fence, and we can be able to help you on the next processes or the next steps within the process. And with that, what you're just waiting for now, my good friend, is another phone call or another email or another WhatsApp for you to get into a cool deal. That's what we do here at the TJ Tribe. But what is more important, my good friends, is that many are banks. You would have seen that I didn't speak about banks today. Not at all. I didn't speak about the bank needs to fund you. I spoke about other unconventional ways of buying without a bank. And within this case here, the reason I did that is because when you are funding a property, particularly that needs renovations, the banks kind of like say, no, we don't want to be in that deal. No, not good for us. There's no value in it. No, thank you. Decline, decline, decline. That's what they say, right? When the evaluators come out. I don't know why they do that. It just doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, yeah, I'm no longer a banker, right? So let's jump onto it. The things that we now need to worry about is the key renovation tips that I want to give you. Because at some point, I want to educate you to say that I have done this many a times and you can also do the same. You can buy a property within these partnerships, so to say. It's a property that's worth for 1.5 million. You close it at 500 and you need some reno of, let's say, 200. So you're all in on 700 as an example, right? But you do know that there's still a big chunk of money here. So now what you do is that you club your people, let's say for this money here that we spoke about, and then thereafter you renovate. The property is now sharp. So I want to speak about that part of renovating, because I think there's some great tips that I can share with you, things that I've seen that have gone wrong in the past, things that you need to be careful of. And then thereafter, you can take the same property to a bank, right, and finance the same property. Let's assume that you got a tenant in there now for, let's say, 18,000. You can go to the bank and release the equity that's on the property, and even maybe pay out your partners, right? And within that, the property now belongs to you. But what do we need to watch out for? Tip number one, focus on the cosmetic improvements, right? Many of people, when they come through, the traditional person, I'm not talking about you and me, the traditional person, when they come to your property, like, oh, it looks nice. Oh, this cream picture. Oh, this red color. That's beautiful. Oh, this. So cosmetics, right? Do not put a lipstick on a pig. Ne? A pig will always be a pig. But make sure that you are nicely renovating it and you're focusing on the cosmetics. Improve the cosmetics, right? The painting, the flooring, maybe update the kitchen. The kitchen is like a huge win, especially for women. Oh, the bathing room, my God, that is also a huge win for many projects. So that's the first one. Now the second one, which I always see many flippers going wrong, and this is where you lose money. Do not over improve the property. Now you go out there, you're putting a swimming pool on the property. Now the swimming pool is costing you another 100,000, but the value of the property is already at a cap. So keep the renovations within the expected value of the neighborhood, right? I don't know how to say that again. I'm just going to say it again. Hopefully it can sink. Basically, do not over capitalize on the property. So don't put more money than what is required. So look at the price in the area. How do you look at the price in the area? Ask for an estate agent for a evaluation of that particular property. And then they'll give you some other properties that they have sold within the area. Go and check them out. See what is there, see what's not there. Oh, okay, so this property has a swimming pool and it's sold for 2 million. Oh, but this one I bought for 5. Put a swimming pool, right? But now, you bought this property for 1.8 and it's 2 million rand, and then the one next door with the swimming pool, and the swimming pool will cost you 300,000. You can't do that. That's overcapitalizing if you do that. I'm just giving examples. Right. Where else have you seen people overcapitalizing? I think in our townships. People are overcapitalizing in our townships. Why? I don't know. I have seen double stories in townships. Right? Like how? But anyway, they are not investors, right? So they're just wasting their money on overcapitalizing their property and doing what they need to do. And if that's you, I'm sorry I touched you on your studio, but it is what it is. This is what we do here at the TJ Tribe. We teach you what not to do, and we talk about anything and everything. We are very provocative in our journey in terms of us getting us to be a better people, in us making our money work for us. As we go along, be strategic with your spending, right? I want to say this out. Maybe you had another project and you had paint. Like for instance, all my properties, they are painted cream. right? Off-white, they call it, right? I don't use any other color. And that's what we do, right? The doors, all of them, we paint them brown. That's our thing. The windows, we all paint them white. That's our thing. So as and when paint is leftover paint, we carry it on to the next projects, right? Can I salvage some burglar bars, some sliding doors, some windows? Can I salvage some wood? You know, that kind of stuff. I've got my guy who is always looking out for these things, and he is always, we've got a small storeroom and we keep all of these things. And over a period of time, we are reworking some of these things onto other projects and so on. And my good friends, that's how you then make the project an amazing project. Does it make sense, right? Now, I have given you all of this. And if you're saying to yourself, ooh, TJ, this sounds like a lot of work. I just want to be in a deal, chill, and get a little bit of updates. It's also possible with little money. All you need to do is on this form, you can reach out to us, give us your details. We will know how much budget you've got. Maybe we can partner you with one person or two people, and then the both of you guys buy your own property. And this, we will just facilitate the deal. And where is that form? That form is www.thetjtribe.com, my flip, and we will just facilitate that process for you. Now, there is many ways of doing this. You could come up with your aunt, your cousins, your brother, your cousin brother, and your aunt's wife's aunt's boyfriend, and we don't judge here, right? Here, we're just all about, does the deal make sense? We will give you the deal. Whichever way the money is going to come through for you to buying that property, we don't judge. That's up to you how you're going to buy. We will take it through under our normal legal process, and within that, they will register the property. From registering the property, if you choose us to do the property renovations and the selling, we will do that too. And bingo, sell the property on your behalf. And profits that will come through to you. We're just the facilitators, that's all, right? So my good friends, if that's you, reach out onto this form here, and we will get back to you and verify that there is a human being on the other side of the telephone, and we can be able to put some more money onto you. Basically for us, it's just selling more deals, and that's what's in it for us. So my good friends, I will see you right here at the next. Today there was no deal. It's a deal day. It's Wednesday deal day. I know. But I just thought, let me joggle your mind whilst you're on this year holiday and see how best you can also get into some of these deals. There's many ways of doing it, right? So all of this is in the ambition for you to make your money work harder. That's all there is to it. If you got any comments, questions, hit me up in the comments. I will greatly reach out to you. But until we see each other again, we'll see each other right here at the TJ Tribe on the next video. Boom!